Hey girls, I am so excited that some of you guys are starting to branch out from our LipSense and giving our ShadowSenses a try. They are some of my favorite products just because they're so versatile. You can use them for contour, highlight, use it in your brows. Some people use it as a lipstick even. So I'm super excited. So I just wanted to do a really quick tutorial with a super simple look with 3 colors just to give you guys an idea of how to use our ShadowSenses. Because they are cream to powder, there's a little bit of a learning curve. So today I'm going to be using Pink Frost, Pink Opal, Shimmer, and Garnet. So the first thing to note when you're using ShadowSenses, similar to LipSense, you want to have clean eyelids. So don't put foundation down, don't put moisturizer down. You want your ShadowSense to bind with your eyelid, with your skin. So you want to make sure that they're super clean. And the first thing I like to do is I take my light color. In this case, I'm using Pink Frost. Another good one is Whisper Pink or Sandstone Pearl or even Candlelight is a good one. I'm just going to do a base layer on my entire eye. And this I do for 2 reasons. The first reason is because it evens out the skin tone of my eye. So you can tell I have some discoloration because your eyelid skin is super thin. So it's going to even out that skin tone. And it's also going to act as a primer for your other ShadowSenses to bind to and build your look off of. So I'm just spreading it out all over my eyelid. And you can already tell my skin tone is a lot more even. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Garnet, which I'm going to use in my crease. And I'm going to apply this one a little bit differently. I'm wiping off some of the excess. And I'm going to take a dense brush because I want to lay down my color a little bit more precisely than I did with my all over. So a nice dense brush, and I'm going to actually take the color straight from the wand onto my brush. And a little goes a long way, so you want to start with a little and then build. So when I'm applying my crease, I try to do it with my eyes open just because I want to be able to see where it's going. And when people are talking to you, more times than not, your eyes are open. So I want to be able to be laying it so that when my eyes are open, you can still see the color versus putting it down here in my crease or below my crease. So then when my eyes are open, you can't even see that I'm wearing the color. So I'm going to lightly pat this above my crease. And then a little bit on the inner corner of my eye. And because these are fudge-proof, smudge-proof, waterproof, you don't have a lot of time to work with them, so I always do one eye at a time. And then I'm just going to blend it in circle motions. I'll show you my brush in a second. But I just like to use a fluffy brush just because it allows you to spread the color a little bit better without having harsh lines. So just nice circle motions. You can already tell that that color is blending in really nicely. All right. So there, with my eyes open, you can still see the color. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. And again, this stuff builds really well. So if you want a darker look, you just, by the time you do this eye will be fully dry, so you can start building your darkness by layering it. So I've laid my color. And now I'm going to take my brush that I used, and it's a nice fluffy brush. And I'm just going to blend this one into with those circle movements. Nice and light. Get some of that other excess color over on this one because this one looks a little bit darker. Just slightly darker. I'm going to go back and do just a little bit on that first eye. like barely nothing. So I'll actually take it from down here because there's not as much color. And just do a little dot, just like that. Like I said, a little goes a long way, so you don't need very much. And then just blend it into that crease. See? Much better. So now I'm going to go back to my pink frost. And I'm going to lay a nice little thin layer on the inner corners of my eye. And the reason I do that is because the shimmer is so pretty. And when I put it down, I find on lighter colors, it just pops that much better. So I'm just going to do a little dot on the inner corners of my eye. I'm going to take a little bit more of a fluffy brush than the one I used to pack in the color. You can tell the bristles are a little bit longer, so it's going to spread a little bit better. And instead of doing movements like windshield wipers, I'm going to pat because I want the color to stay really well. So just pat it in. And this is going to give that nice light base for the pink opal shimmer to really pop off of. And it blends so nicely. I'm going to do the other eye. Yeah, this one started to set just a little bit, but like I said, you have a little bit of time to kind of move it around. Now, I'm going to take my pink opal shimmer and I'm going to put it on the inner corners of my eye and just below my brow to give it the highlight, a nice little pop. I'm going to do a little bit more of the pink opal than I did the, pink frost. Okay. So again, my fluffier brush, I'm going to pat this color into. Gently patting. And so you can see, because it's got that lighter color underneath, it pops so much better. And now I'm going to do a little bit under my brow bone. And I'm going to use that same fluffy brush. I'm going to gently pat and kind of bring my brush down a little bit because I want it to blend with the garnet. All right. And there you go. With the pink opal shimmer in the inner corners, pink frost all over underneath, and then the garnet in the crease. And you have a super simple look, less than 5 minutes. I'm just going to finish it off with my black LashSense, just to define those lashes. And I did get a little bit on my eye. Because the eyeshadow is budge proof, I can get that off, no problem. I'll show you. Just wait for the mascara to dry a little bit so it doesn't get all over the place. I'll do one more layer of the mascara. And this LashSense is so incredible. It doesn't clump up, it's waterproof, it doesn't bleed. I took this stuff swimming and it did not go anywhere. So now I'm just going to clean up underneath. I've been using the Lash Extend, so my eyelashes are getting longer, so it's starting to touch my skin. So I end up getting a little bit of mascara on the bottom too. And I'm just going to... And there you go. eyeshadow still there. You can still see a little bit of mascara, so I'm just going to take the pink opal and top it off. And voila! Super simple look. That extra layer of the pink opal shimmer, you can tell, built on itself. So it's got a little bit more depth than I did with just the one layer. And that's just using 3 ShadowSense colors and then topped it off with the LashSense. So again, I used pink opal shimmer, pink frost, and garnet. And this stuff is, I just put that layer on, but this stuff is going to stay all day. And it's not going to get anywhere. So I hope you guys had fun watching. I had fun playing with makeup. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.